Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Dialogue here on JCN. I'm your host, Etoile Pinder, and we are talking about food security and food things, which always makes me very happy and really interested. I have to say, this has been a great conversation, dialogue going on here, because I am with the ladies from Hands for Hunger. And just before the break, I was promising you good news about upcoming events, which is this big fundraiser that you guys have going on. But before that, I have a question for you. So I was in Starbucks last week, and they had some crazy thermometer up there, sort of showing how things were going, and service month, and I'm always very fast in and out of places, so maybe I didn't get the full impact. But so tell me a little bit about what Starbucks is doing right now with you guys.
So what I'd like to do is let Yolanda Darville speak on this.
Oh, and of course, I'm sorry, yes. So Yolanda Darville is...
She's actually our incoming executive director, where I've been working with Hands for Hunger gratefully, and for the last 3 years. I'll be finishing employment as of the end of May, and that's where Yolanda comes in. We've been able to work together over the past few months, and she's definitely spearheaded a lot of the Starbucks campaign.
Fantastic. So tell me what's going on.
Certainly. It's we're so excited about what's going on with Starbucks. Worldwide, they're doing a global month of volunteerism, volunteer service, and locally they've selected Hands for Hunger to partner with. So they're doing a number of things, all for the month of April. One of the things that they're doing is in-store they're doing promotions, which is what you saw.
Yep.
And basically they're offering the opportunity for their customers to come in and to donate $1 at the point of sale. Or more.
Right, of course. They won't say no if you want to give them $5. Yeah.
And that money is contributed to Hands for Hunger, and we use it to provide meals for Bahamians in need.
And now, how much does it cost? Because obviously, we talked a little bit about this in the first segment, but you guys are getting the food donated, and you get corporate, say, subsidies with gas and all these great things, but it's still, there's a lot of back and forth. I mean, if you're making 20 plus stops a day, that's a lot of gas. I was just talking about $5.23 a gallon. I don't know what diesel that, which is probably what you're running on, but it's all expensive. You've got the actual, you've got to buy containers, you've got all these things. How much does it cost to provide a meal?
Well, that's what's wonderful. What we've calculated is we're able to provide a meal for about $1. So,
okay, great.
Yes.
So they get $10 worth of food for
right.
$1, which is incredible. But you need that $1. So this is why you can go into Starbucks, donate your $1, and it goes to you guys.
It does, and they're doing many other things besides the financial donation, which is wonderful. They're involving their employees with our recipient agencies.
Okay.
So basically for the month of April, their employees have been going to the different locations, Elizabeth Estates, Salvation Army, any of the agencies that we work with that they choose, and actually getting hands-on, meeting people and working with them and volunteering.
Fantastic.
And they've been inviting their customers to do the same.
Okay, well, and that's incredible. This is, I mean, just kudos to Starbucks for this. You know, CSR, corporate social responsibility, is one of the things that I also have as a pet peeve. I'm really a lot of pet peeves. But anyway, our lack of CSR here, which is partially, I always feel, to do with our tax setup. So when you get tax incentives for doing good things, people are more likely to do them. We don't really have that here. So it's so great to see that Starbucks local is still involved with doing these sorts of CSR activities.
It is wonderful to see it. We've been very excited about it. And the last component of their corporate social responsibility for the month of April is that they're doing a food drive in store.
Oh,
so
great.
when you probably walk by a big basket,
yes,
where you're able to bring in non-perishable food items.
So I can take in those cans of beans or cans of Chef Boyardee or whatever it is that I got lying around and drop them off. Okay, great.
That's right. So
and they will then give that direct to the recipient organizations, or those will go through you
they'll
to
funnel that through us. We're kind of the middleman for them.
So that you can know where the best places are for the food items to be received at that time.
What's really great is we're going to effectively close out this campaign, and again, it's not just a donation of their funds or writing a check, and Starbucks has really jumped in with 2 feet in terms of donating their service and their time and really creating partnerships in the community where they're finding a need. So like Yolanda said, getting right out into the agencies. And so what we're doing to close out the campaign at the end of the month on the 30th, next Saturday, is we're going to have a food sort and pack. So all of the food that's raised, we're going to be packing up into boxes. It's going to be loaded into Hands for Hunger truck. And then as Yolanda said, that'll be funneled to our agencies as well. Perfect.
Oh, I love this. So again, good deal, Starbucks. Very happy about that. I mean, again, so maybe, because all of my wonderful fellow Bahamians and residents on the island from other countries, I know we're going to go into Starbucks now and donate your $1 at least. But aside from raising a few dollars through this, obviously there's a huge financial budget that Hands for Hunger must have. What is your annual sort of existing budget, and what would you like your budget to be? Maybe is more along the lines of what I should ask.
Our annual budget comes in between $200,000 and $250,000
Right.
in terms of operating, and a large portion of that is raised through the fundraiser that you touched upon, our internal fundraising efforts, mainly Paradise Plates. And then, of course, we touched upon in the first segment and second, and now again, it's all through our community partnerships and individual impact coming together. So corporate donations in kind as well as funds.
Right. And in-kind donations are often better in a way, depending on what they are. You know, it can solve a whole lot of problems.
Well, when gas is very expensive,
Yeah.
and Kelly's is donating gas monthly in kind, or a portion of our gas monthly in kind, that's very valuable.
Fantastic. But let's get on to the fun stuff, the good stuff. Tell me about Paradise Plates. When is it happening? How can I get a ticket? And what food am I going to be able to eat there? Because for the people who like being food secure, this is a good way to be food secure. This is very amazing event.
We're sure Paradise Plates is coming up very soon, May 21st, Saturday, May 21st at Atlantis. So tickets are available now officially. You can purchase tickets online or here at New Providence Community
So at the
Center.
Hands for Hunger website, or yes? Okay, great.
Yes, yes.
And how much are tickets? We got to put it out there just so you know, everybody doesn't get super excited and then be like, what? Oh, I can't buy it. You know, that's not going to happen. What's the price?
Tickets are $140.
Okay. But what do I get for this $140?
For $140, you get access to 21 chefs and drink purveyors. So all across the island, restaurants from all across the island. We're really excited to have added 3 new chefs this year.
Who?
We've added Chives, which
Fantastic,
is
where we are,
Yeah,
enjoying all the wonders.
Mahogany House,
And Mahogany is great, so this is so fantastic.
and Something's Different.
I don't know. Tell me about Something's Different. Where's Something's Different? Do you guys know?
Palmdale, they do
Okay, fantastic.
cupcakes, edible art.
Oh, this is edible art, exactly. Okay, so that's 3 of your 21, but you got to list out who some of the others are, just to
Yeah.
entice people into the goodies.
I like to call the event's definitely for us, or what I like to call it, it's a gourmet graze. Like Yolanda said, you get a little tasting from all of these exquisite chefs and their culinary treats. So we're talking about chefs like the Atlantis crew, Dune, Nobu, Mesa, Luciano. They're doing specialty paella. It's going to be very exciting and interactive booth. We'll have Sans beer, Tropics martinis,
Perfect.
and then also Mendoza wines. But then, you know, Yolanda listed our new food donors. We also have Mahogany House on board. And in combination with Chives, we have tantalizing treats.
Okay, tantalizing treats. How much better can it be than that? And so, wait, any of the other sort of restaurants that perhaps you only get to go to once a year? Are there any of the other high-end restaurants that are on there that maybe would excite people to come along and taste their culinary exquisite items?
I find, especially those Atlantis 3, I find Dune, Nobu, and Mesa as well.
Yeah,
But,
of course.
But what's really
Boo.
special? What's really special is Old Fort Bay Club as well.
Oh, great.
People don't get to go in there and try outside of
course.
events, and they have a really wide variety. So we're really excited to have them on board as well.
And the fact that they're all there in one location and you can just
No,
enjoy.
exactly. And so it's sort of good too if you think of yourself as a food critic. This is their chance to really highlight their best stuff, show off, make you want to be a repeat customer and be like, ah. So when you've got the, you know, Nobu guys up against Old Fort and Mesa and Mahogany, there's a little bit of the competitive streak in the chefs coming out.
Well, like you said, you have all of those evening and dinner chefs, and then you have small cafes like Chives and Go Green and Le Petit Gourmet that are doing a different side of food. So again, it's really a cross section of the culinary treats in
Right.
New Providence, all in one room.
And so then, yeah, you've got it set. You know where you want to go for lunch, you know where you want to go for coffee breaks, and you know where you want to go for dinner. It's
We
great.
have live entertainment, raffle and silent auction, and it really is a very interactive evening. I touched upon that a little bit, but it's not a sit-down ball. There's you get to walk up and talk to the chefs at each individual booth. We're actually going to have a Hands for Hunger team on site as well this year.
Perfect.
So that you can learn more about the organization.
I love it. And what about other sorts of entertainment? So you said you've got music. What else is going on? Or who is playing? You know we're Bahamian. We need to know what the music is, what the fun social activities are.
We'll have live entertainment throughout the evening. And last year it was a great surprise. So this year it won't be so much of a surprise again. But we had a stellar Junkanoo rush out.
Oh, fantastic.
So that'll be returning again this year.
Okay, well that's always good. You know, Junkanoo and good food. How much better does it? You also talked though. You've got a raffle and a silent auction. You got any great things in your silent auction that you wanna talk about, or is that a surprise only for when you get there?
It's not a surprise. I think we can give a few tidbits.
Yeah.
The always favored out island excursions through Sky Bahamas and Pineapple Fields. We have a really great out island package, and I know for me, those are definitely ones that I look to for a silent auction. It's a
anytime you get to go to Eleuthera is a wonderful thing. You know, I'm not biased at all, I promise. Having just come back from a wonderful, I have to say, wonderful trip to Abaco, I have to give all the people in Abaco a wonderful thank you because it was such a fabulous experience. Okay, so again though, talk to me. I can buy the tickets right here at MPCC. I can come have my cup of coffee at Chives and then go upstairs to you guys and buy my tickets, or I can buy them online.
Yes,
got it.
There are other locations as well, right?
Right. The event's sponsored by New Providence Development Company and Tommy Hilfiger. And through their sponsorship, that's where your $140 ticket cost, that's a donation to Hands for Hunger. So we're very grateful to them and some of our other sponsors, like Royal Star Assurance, Dalbenis Agency, Sky Bahamas, Nassau Motor Company, Fidelity, Royal Bank. And so they allow us to kind of plaster island-wide posters to inform you all about the event. Going back to where the tickets can be purchased, that's New Providence Community Center here at our main office. You can purchase them online, very secure through your visa, and then we can do will call or we'll drop the tickets off to you at a central location.
Can I pick them up at Tommy Hilfiger? Will they actually have them?
We'll have tickets available there.
Which is great. So at the mall, these sorts of places, it's good to have nice central locations where people can easily pop in.
We'll have a eastern end of the island based as well through Karen Carey at St. Andrew's School, and then also at Bahamas Vision Center in Harbor Bay.
Perfect. So there's all sorts of locations, and again, I can always call you, work it out, 327-1660. 1660. You'd think I could remember that, but yet no. So just quickly, we are wrapping up, but anything else that you want to have as a parting message for Bahamians about Hands for Hunger, food security, Paradise Plates, whatever it is? Any last minute thoughts?
I think the one thing that hopefully comes from this show is that people are excited and want to get involved. And the message we want to send out is that we want the community involved. And again, we are finding new ways every day to use volunteers. So whatever your skills are, whatever your interests are, if you have an interest in what we're doing, please join with us. Give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd love to get you involved.
Perfect. Well, Yolanda, good luck with your starting. Very sad that you're leaving, but thank you for all the great work you've obviously done for the last 3 years. Just a couple of parting notes for me. Thank you to anybody who donated amazing items to the Bahamas Diabetic Association's yard sale. We raised some good money, so that was wonderful, but always keep them in mind. If you are looking for somewhere else to donate your money to, they're always a good spot. And that's pretty much it. Go check out Paradise Plates, May
21st.
21st. Good night, everybody.
Your blood for talking fool will leave you lying in the mud. Harry talking fool, shame him, look him in the head. He breaks you to bush crying.